Dusty, release us!
Welcome to our Rangers hockey at Madison Square Garden. There's a Vanacek with 16 seconds to go. It's number 50.
Forgot about them Rangers, huh?
Let's fucking go!
Welcome back to another great post game from the Scoreboard Addicts podcast featuring Dave from Third Period Bourbon. The New York Rangers win game 2 and are up 2-0 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Igor is better.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. I reiterate that statement, Dave.
What a tremendous game, gentlemen. The
Wait, hold on a
Rangers-
second. Wait, hold on. Let's fucking go. I was the only one that didn't say it, so let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
The Rangers absolutely own the offensive zone and the neutral zone tonight. I am amazed that we didn't put more pucks in the back of the net and pour it on tonight. Vasilevsky made some really good saves, but again, we got enough to win, and that's all that fucking matters.
I was. Go ahead, Dave.
Go for it, Nick.
So, I told you guys I'm reading this book, right? And after the game today, I picked up the book while we were waiting to start up. And before you really get into the meat and potatoes, there's 2 forwards, there's an introduction, there's a lot going on before you actually get to the meat and potatoes. There's a quote from Emile Francis. And he's talking about the guys that he played with from 70 to 76. And he says, they're the best bunch of players I've ever seen in my life that I ever played with or ever handled. And what he says is, the thing about them is there was nobody jealous of one another. They were a team through and through. There was no one player concerned about what the other guy was making. Nobody was jealous because one guy is getting more ice time than the other guy. They knew what their jobs were. If I was killing penalties, if I was on the power play, they were really a group that got along well together, and that's what made them as good as they were. And I'm feeling it with this team. I really am. If you watch the post game, you see Keanu Miller talk about Jacob Trouba and their relationship. He looked like he was going to cry. That's how much this team is gelled. They are so simpatico. They're all together. They just it's like that. Like we laugh about Mr. 3000. You know, I know what Boca's thinking, and Boca knows what I'm thinking. That's what I feel like with everybody on this team. Yeah. Especially now, they're working on all cylinders.
So, Nick, going off of what you were just saying right there, I don't want to sound like a boot right here, but didn't you feel that with the guys you went through boot camp with and MOS school with, that you went through the shit together? So you were
I'm
you felt
still
that,
buddies.
You know
I'm still buddies with my bunker mate and boot.
But you were buddies because of that. You know what I mean?
Guys you deploy with, you feel the same thing. You don't see them for a long time, and then you see them, and it's like, oh my God, get over here! And you're picking each other up, screaming and yelling, and like you never left.
And you go back to when that letter came out, and Tom Wilson ruined the Rangers, quote unquote. But that I compare it to that team because it's like they went through the shit together, and they were just like, they came out this year and they were like, you know what? We've been through the shit together. We got to get it done this year. And they're showing that on the ice right now.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, you got Mika Zibanejad is just unstoppable. Fox is showing how I guess just you just cannot underrate how great having an offensive defenseman back there is. Just getting involved in plays, moving that puck around, jumping ahead, and getting opportunities to score. And that generation of scoring opportunities from the defense is something we haven't had in a long time, probably since Brian Leach. And I loved hearing that Messier was talking about how he compared Adam Fox to Brian Leach, because it's true. The Rangers have lacked that in the defense. The defense really didn't jump in on plays. They really didn't generate scoring opportunities. If it was a chance, it was usually just a long shot from the point, and that was it. But the Rangers are just cohesively playing as a team. They are great defensively. They played awesome on the forecheck and the back check tonight. They were getting involved. They were getting bodies on bodies, getting to the puck first, and that's exactly what you want to see. The only thing I could, the only con out of this game was Miller getting beat and, letting it go to 3-2. But other than that one thing, I mean, that last rush for Tampa and Igor standing tall and just everybody getting together and keeping that puck out of the net was insane, dude. Absolutely insane. And I will say this, Rook, if you ever ask with a game this close, if you want to start up the StreamYard to get a fucking stream going that quick, we will not be friends anymore. Don't you ever put that voodoo jinx out there ever again.
It was 3-1 with 2 minutes left. Yeah, it was like
I don't give a shit. You don't do that, bro. You do not fuck with the mojo. You do not think it's in the bag because it's never in the bag. This is playoff hockey. How long does it take to score a goal, Nick?
Less than a second.
Boom. Coach O'Ryan.
And that's hockey. That's hockey. That's what separates hockey from every other sport.
But last game, you were like fire at the StreamYard. It was like
it was 6-2.
I didn't say a word about anything. We were up 6-2. I didn't say a word. I would sit there quiet.
6-2 with 2 minutes left is big difference within 3-1.
You guys
were a 4-goal lead, but you just told me goals happen in a second. Within 10 minutes, they could have been 4 goals.
Listen, you got to read the situation, and that was a bad fucking read.
Listen, just you said that. They scored a fucking goal 2 seconds later.
Literally.
All right. I felt a little bad when that happened.
Yeah, you fucking own that shit.
I do own
Dude,
it.
all I know is our boy fucking Capo Caco cashing in finally. The fucking kid line has been all over the place these last couple series, and they are absolutely burying the puck. Hedl has been on fire, and now Capo is getting involved in that. That was a beautiful pass by Fox. I mean, talk about letting it develop, letting the lane open up, and just putting it on his stick. That would have went in if it would have hit his fucking skate. That was going in 100% of the time. Amazing. Dude, absolutely amazing. Being in the right place at the right time, rushing the net, getting in on Vasilevsky. That's exactly what you have to fucking do. And the Rangers are doing it. They skated hard all night tonight. The biggest bullshit fucking penalty call 2 minutes in on Reeves, which was a joke. Absolute joke. And you gave them a free fucking goal. And then in between period 1 and 2, I got to hear how the Miller goal by this douche rocket on fucking ESPN was a gift. Take your gift and shove it up your fucking ass. Go spit shine a fucking boom mic with your mouth.
Welcome back, Luis.
Yeah, Luis.
Luis, what up?
Luis says, I was watching the game on TV and Rampage on his phone. Luis, if you're into wrestling, please check out Wrestling Addicts. That's our buddies over there at Wrestling Addicts. And they'll cover all your WWE and AEW needs, as well as a couple of other indie shows as well. But welcome back, Luis. Good to see you.
And Luis, I think you subscribed to us. You actually might have got notification last night that the Wrestling Addicts were on. You could still watch that video on our feed on YouTube, so check that out. And on our podcast too, anytime you could on our podcast feeds, wherever you listen to podcasts. So appreciate you tuning back in.
We also do wrestling trivia.
We do wrestling trivia. We used to do clips, but we got in trouble. So no more clips.
I'm pressed.
Get back to this game. Defensively, I think the Rangers are like turned it up a notch compared to the Carolina series, right?
They're shutting them down. I think it was. I really do put that more. The defense has been the same the entire way through, and you're getting the 110% effort out of them, the whole way. But I think it's the fact that the Rangers went on the complete offensive and were just rushing the puck and blowing through the neutral zone tonight as if there was no fucking wall there. There was absolutely no kind of any type of push from Tampa Bay to keep them in the neutral zone and try to keep the puck out of the offensive zone. The Rangers was skating right through it. And I got to say, I've been getting on Panarin a lot. Whether he's hurt or not, who knows? But Panarin was moving the puck very well tonight, taking his time and just skating around the defenders. It was a joy to see. And he took that one-timer fucking slap shot that was – that had to hurt Vasilevsky. That was a rip and a half.
No, I just saw the stat. Most points by players 22 and younger this postseason, 33 for the New York Rangers, with 3 again tonight with Kako. Think who else? Miller had a goal too, right?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Miller,
He did.
Miller time,
Kako.
baby.
I know we were talking about the kids. We were talking about the kid line, Hedel, and I almost said Cheadle. Hedel and Kako. But
Don Cheadle does not play for the New York Rangers.
No, I think because we talked about this last time, and you're like, you definitely once called Hedel Cheadle, and I'm like,
You called him Cheadle.
Cheadle, something like that. But I'm not an idiot. I just really bad at pronouncing it.
Dude, how about fucking ESPN not knowing the difference between Miller and Ryan Reeves? It's like, hey guys,
That's
you're
racist.
so woke. You can't tell the two black dudes on the team apart. You guys are so fucking woke.
Hey, what about ESPN not knowing the difference between a goal and a gift? I'm just saying.
Dude, they don't know
You
their
know
ass
what?
from their elbow. It's
Yeah,
amazing, and it's like, how many games in a row are you going to do the fucking at the first period, the first rush in the offensive zone for either team? You're going right to the behind the net cam. No one likes it. No one
Everybody
fucking
hates
likes it.
Everybody
I mean,
hates it.
They're not listening to anybody. That's the problem. They don't listen to anybody.
It's more like
fans.
you're trying to force us to like it.
Speaking of bad announcing, I know this is unrelated because we're talking hockey right now, but the Apple Plus baseball is just a failure. Whenever I watch Yankee games,
It's horrible.
horrible.
Again, go woke, go broke. You have
It's
people
absolutely-
that have no business talking about a sport, let alone commentating on it. It's just embarrassing.
It's annoying because
But,
the game's on. I mean, the game's happening. There's just no play-by-play. They're telling these stupid stories that are just long-winded and just taking them so much time. Anthony Rizzo had an entire at-bat, and not once they're like, oh, that's a ball, that's a strike, that's a swing and a miss. Like, it was just his entire at-bat, and next thing he was out, they threw the ball around, and another batter came up, and like that once they mentioned that it was
the same
it was an out.
thing. How many times has ESPN missed an Igor Shesterkin like signature save,
Yeah.
and they don't even announce it as a save
Yeah, unbelievable.
because they're too
Dude,
busy talking about Tampa's fucking 9 days off.
Dude, I mean,
Somebody scores a goal instead.
The Rangers tweeted out the I don't know if you guys seen it, the Bart Simpson meme saying, say it again. Tampa doesn't lose game 2s after coming off a loss. And then all the kids going nuts in the background. Dude,
And Luis said they're already.
I love it how they're just
mentioning-
burying ESPN and all their bullshit. Oh, the rust from being 9 days off. Oh, they come out and they win after a loss. Blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. You know nothing. I love fucking seeing Biz Nasty tonight tweeting out fucking Rangers because he just can't handle that type of fucking pressure from the New York Rangers and the
Exactly.
New York Rangers fans. We are just dragging the old ball sack across his chin on a nightly basis, and I absolutely love it.
I gotta
like the
give a big
Luis-
shout out to Mark Messier for actually being non-biased in this
Yeah.
series.
Absolutely.
He absolutely belongs on TV. But if you're somehow listening to this, get off of ESPN, please. Go to NHL Network, go to MSG, just go somewhere where you're actually valued. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Luis said that they're already talking about Tampa's home record in the playoffs, 4-1. That's gonna be the next narrative. Can the Rangers win on the road? The Rangers lose game 3. They can't win on the road. Tampa's better. You know, it's gonna happen. But since we're here, Mr. Doyle is coming to join us.
Big Tom.
Big Tom. Here's Big Tom. Big Tom, what's going on?
Hey, happy game 2, gentlemen. Very nice.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Papa Dukes?
Very nice. Listen, I joined in a little late. I don't know what I missed, but I got to tell you, I heard you a little bit about the Rangers. Listen, Trouba is stepping up big time. Every game he's getting better and better. 5 block shots, I think, tonight. Another big hit.
Trouba
Fox,
train.
I got to be honest with you. I wasn't too happy with him in the first couple of games with the Pittsburgh series. But since the Kane series on, he's been almost lights out.
Absolutely.
It's like Gallant said, they're all buying in now. And you can see it. They're forechecking, they're hitting, they're shooting at the net. And that's what they have to do. You've seen it when they go down against Pittsburgh, when they lose to Carolina. What do? They played back checking. They almost played to lose. Now they're playing to win. And
Talking
it's
about
awesome to see.
Talking about Gerard Gallant, I was actually really upset to see him do a middle of the period interview. I was like, dude, no, what are you doing? Let these fucking teams that we're beating continue to talk to these ESPN fucking people with their mask on the bench because they're scared of everybody. Let them fucking talk to them. Don't jump in on the action in the middle of the game. Be like, no. I'm sorry. I'm coaching a game right now. Fuck off.
Yeah.
The worst thing hockey media ever did, trying to do interviews when the game is going on.
Absolutely.
Listen,
and she don't know what to ask. She has no idea what to ask.
I have no ill will, and not that I want to see people get hurt, but I was just waiting for a fucking random puck on the bench to clock her in the head. Just get the fuck behind the glass, and you ask your questions after the game. You don't ask your questions during the game.
I'm waiting for a puck to hit Ray Ferraro right in the mouth.
Dude, even ESPN called him out on it when Kakko picked the puck, and then it went right back out of the offensive zone. And he was like, Kakko going into the zone. And they're like, oh, yeah, fucking jinx of Ray Ferraro. It's like, yeah, dude, just sit there and shut up.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing about these handsome men on this podcast right now. Dave, it's a great playoff mustache you got going on. All right.
Absolutely.
T, nice playoff beard. Big Tom, nice playoff beard. Rook, hey, what's up, buddy?
Nice eyebrows.
And by the way, Nick, it's got nothing to do with Miles Teller on Top Gun. It's got nothing to do with that.
I just want to say I do have a full head of hair though, so I'll take that.
Wow. Okay. Everybody in the NHL's got flow, all right?
Yep.
All right,
when you have Mika Zibanejad at flow, you let me know, all right, Rook?
Yeah, all right.
Dude, all I know is when what's his name, Cal Foot took the penalty and was sitting in the penalty box. I'm like, Jesus Christ, somebody get this guy a lollipop because he's probably going to cry. He's not old enough to grow a playoff beard. He has a little bit of stubble left. He's like, wow, I remember when I was 12.
I'm not going to make fun of him. That's me.
Big shout out to Reeves for setting the tone early in the game yet again.
Yeah,
because even though we took that penalty, he absolutely set the tone.
Yeah, but you know what? I still both of them should have went.
Dude, 100% the both of them should have went, and I don't like that penalty because then all of a sudden Reeves is the type of player, he's been in the league long enough, he's thinking that he doesn't want to hurt the team, and now he's on the ref's radar, and he has to pull back a little bit, and that's not what you want to fucking do 2 minutes into a game. You don't want to handicap and handcuff a guy that's there to put a physical presence on the game, and that's exactly what the refs did by calling him only. It's a joke. They were both jostling at the,
and
during
he
the face-off.
cross-checked him back, hit him in the face, But you have
Absolutely.
something, I don't know if you guys seen it, even in the Carolina series, when they were going at it after the third period was over, the linesman grabs Reeves. In the first game of this series, they're a little pushing and shoving, they grab Reeves. They don't grab nobody else, they grab him. That's not right.
No, it's not right, and it's absolutely bullshit. And then, listen, I mean, we cashed in on the fact that Tampa got chippy, and they pretty much took themselves out of the game with the penalties that they had, because they were taking them at the exact wrong times. You don't want to take a penalty, and I'm amazed if their coach isn't absolutely shitting on them right now and making them bag fucking skate or walking around Madison Square Garden shoeless through the shit and the muck and the hobo crap, because they took themselves out of that game. And I got to say this, I know McDonough was a great player for the Rangers, and he was our captain. I was screaming for somebody to fucking two-hand that prick across the legs when he took out Lindgren.
He wasn't even that great. He wasn't even that great. He was a fucking soft player when he played for us. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he wants to get chippy after plays that.
But he played.
Nobody's
good.
even looking. The whistle's blown 30 seconds later, and he's fucking trying to get nasty. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're not a nasty player. You want to get nasty?
How about when he rode Hedl through the net?
Yeah.
And then he stood over him.
Yeah.
Listen, it was a hard play. It was a tough play. I didn't like the fact he stood over him. He actually skated up to him and stood over him. That's where I think the Rangers should have came in, gave him a little bump. What the hell are you doing?
I said after the way this game was shaping up, I was really hoping the Rangers would be up by 3 or 4 goals at the last couple minutes of the third period, because somebody should have fucking ran Stamkos. Because, dude, enough with Tampa Bay, enough with being over the cap and randomly bringing back Stamkos, and he fucking reemerges. Oh, I'm going to retire. I'm not going to retire. Let me come back in. Oh, it's after this time, so the money doesn't count towards the cap. Fuck you, dude. You want to skate around and be a little dick? I wanted somebody to run him so bad.
Well, I
No,
agree with
but
you with
the thing-
McDonough though. With McDonough, like where was that toughness when he was a Ranger?
Right. There
No,
was no
listen,
toughness. He just played a defensive game, and that was it. Everything
Yeah.
was in front of the net. But I do like the Rangers. They're playing tough in front of Shesterkin. They really are moving people out of the way. And when he's got the puck, they're not letting them skate in. You know what? Take a bow and get the hell out, or you're going to get an elbow to the face, a little smush to the face, and that's what the Rangers are doing. That's old-time hockey. That's 70s hockey, where, you know what, nobody went in front of your goalie. And speaking about Shesterkin, that guy is lights out right now.
It's insane.
Lights out.
I
Did you
just got to
see-
be honest. I want to hear your opinion. When they started saying that Shesterkin's better, I don't
like
think
it.
that was the right thing to do. Me
Nah.
personally,
I
You don't
either.
jinx it.
I
You don't.
either.
You don't touch the money.
right?
You don't sit there and ask if you should start the StreamYard.
No, you let the Empire State Building roast the fucking team after a win. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We let the Empire State Building absolutely shit on the opposing team because it's a building.
I love that the inanimate object is just roasting hockey teams.
Just absolutely laying to waste other hockey teams, and it's amazing. But I mean, you cannot take away from this team. You cannot. It's so embracing to have 2 wins going into danger zone, unknown territory down in Tampa. We got 2 on them. They got to play on their heels now. They're fucking scared, and we got to keep the pressure on, keep the foot on their throats, keep the pedal to the metal, on the gas pedal down, and just go in hard because it's working for this team. Playing on your heels always leads to soft goals coming in and letting the other team crash the net. You play hard, you bring the puck in the offensive zone, you gain the neutral zone fast, and you keep moving that puck. And it's just from the first line to the fourth line. The kid line is just moving that puck so solidly, it's ridiculous. And it's opening up room and tiring out Tampa's first and second line. They're playing with 11 forwards. They're rotating essentially 3 lines here and there. You know Stamkos is going to get more of the minutes, and you're just wearing them out. And when you can have 4 lines, definitely at least 3 lines, just running through the neutral zone and tiring them out, you're going to generate a lot of scoring opportunities for your first and second line, especially with the third line going out there. And they're out there for almost a solid minute every time, just moving that puck back and forth. You cannot discount how important that is for this team and these wins.
And the fourth line as well. They get big minutes out there. But the thing is, what I see is that Tampa Bay has everything to lose. The pressure is on them, not because they just lost their second game. It's because they're the defending Stanley Cup champs.
COVID Cup champs.
Huh?
COVID Cup champs.
COVID Cup, yeah, but they got 2, they were 3, But the bottom line is the Rangers' attitude is, what if? Now it's we can.
Now it's why not us?
Right.
Why not?
They beat them all year long. They beat twice here at home, and I got to say convincingly, because the Rangers are blocking shots. They're playing like the old Tortorella team where they would lay out just to block shots, and get in front of shots instead of getting it to Lundqvist. Now they're doing it for Shesterkin, and you know what? Everybody's laying out.
You cannot take away
that kid
how good
Petrano,
Tampa is.
He's dynamite.
You cannot take away how good Tampa is offensively.
Absolutely.
And the Rangers kept them to like 7 or 8 shots in the first period. That is a statement.
No.
That is a fucking
is.
you
Yeah,
got
it
to earn it tonight.
And what did they have in the third period? Like 14 shots?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and they pulled their goalie with 3.5, almost 340 seconds left.
Last ditch effort.
They scored. They came back with the goalie for another maybe 20 seconds. He was out. And the Rangers, to me, they did a phenomenal job. Usually they get hemmed in and they can't get the puck out. They got the puck out and they were blocking shots.
60 solid minutes of hockey,
Yes.
nonstop action, nonstop using the legs and skating hard to every puck. And like we were saying, even the fourth line, like you said, even the fourth line, dude, every time Ryan Reeves goes even offensive zone, defensive zone, into the boards for the puck, they just stay away from him.
They don't
He can
go
hold
in.
that puck up against the boards for 30 seconds.
Yep.
They will not fuck with him. He's the baddest man on skates in this game, and it's you gotta embrace it. And I'm hoping and praying that just Gallant grabs Reeves and says, "Go ahead, do something." Fuck it.
He's good.
I
at
wanted to
And-
give a couple stats.
If the
real quick.
Rangers take command in Game 3, it's going to happen. He's gonna wind up decking Maroon, or he's going to deck Cirelli. Somebody's going down, and it's
Yep.
going to be under Reeves.
So quick stats. So I know last game we were saying how important it was the Rangers in the faceoff. They actually lost more faceoffs.
Well, face-offs, 47%.
There was 20.
Yep.
It was 28-20. It wasn't as it wasn't as dominant as other games. They've been terrible in other series, but not horrible. Shots, they're outshot 31-28. So they still, despite being outshot, they are getting their shots as well.
Yeah, but you know what? That was the last 3-4 minutes of just that 6-on-5. They got probably 10 shots in those 3 minutes.
Yeah, the
and
second
that's where that
period
came from, because we were dominating that.
Yeah, in the second period, I think at one point it was like the Rangers had 22 shots and they only had like 10 at one point.
10 or 11, yeah.
I got to give credit to Steve Alliquette for making this great point last night. So he said winning Game 1 is for setting a tone, and winning Game 2 is you're starting to control the series.
Yep.
And you can't say the same about Carolina, because this team is way different from Carolina.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we
Carolina
know how
had
to
our
win
number.
we know how to win on the road. And that's the difference, because I know Tampa swept Florida, whatever. It could be the President's Trophy curse, but if you look at the Florida team, they weren't playoff ready. If you watch that whole series, they didn't look like they were playoff ready. And then you look at this Rangers team, they look like they've been playing. They made the playoffs for the past 5 years. They didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, dude. Like a unit, bro.
especially
They're
the
playing
kid
like a team.
Especially the kid line. You can't tell me that you can compare a kid line from a veteran line in the playoffs and tell me that it's not that much different.
It's just dominant, dude. It's just dominant. Like they've been there, like they have almost like Sidney Crosby numbers. Like they've been there 110, 112 playoff games. It's just, they're not scared. They're ready for the moment, and they just dominate. And it's amazing.
It's almost like they were first rounders.
Laughing in what's his nuts
almost.
face last night, or the other night. Lafreniere just laughing in his face. It was awesome. Just
Dude, I
set
love
the
it.
tone.
When the kid line is out there, that every Tampa Bay player is a step slower. And I love Kako's hands. He goes into the corner, he comes out with the puck, and they're just dominating. When they come into the zone, they stay in the zone. It's not like in the Pittsburgh series where it was dumped and they're back out.
Yep.
Everything was in and stays in.
All I can say
they're
is
tremendous line, 22 years old and younger.
all I can say is
Around for a
Jack
long time.
Hughes who.
They're going to be around for a long time.
All I can say
I
is get your
brother-
Kako Tuesday shirts over at
Bonfire.
Bonfire Media.
For a goal.
Wait, give me 1 second.
Oh, and also get your third beer or bourbon shirts on Bonfire as well.
Yeah,
There
buddy.
you go. Do I have Bonfire? So here you go. Here's the Bonfire but the link for the Bonfire down there. Everybody, Kako Tuesday shirts there. And then if you also search bonfire.com, you can find third beer bourbon shirts as well. We're just going to take a quick pause here for an ad. And then we're going to bring it back here now with the keys to Game 3. So we're going to go around the horn, as we usually do. TJ, we'll start with you, and we'll go around the horn. Nick, Dave, and then Big Tom will come back out. I was going to say back cleanup here, but there's 5 of us. So we power hitter number 5.
But
So, TJ, you can go.
Oh, I thought you were putting an ad in.
I thought we were going to a break. Yeah.
No, I
You
do
totally.
because when I upload this into the Spreaker, I have to take a quick pause so I know when to add the ad in.
You
Now
should let
we
us
just-
know that, because we're all just sitting here like, hey, is he going to play the ad? Or
Where's the ad?
It's in the chat. If you read the chat, if you read the private chat, you would have saw that I just need a
I'm
break.
busy. I'm like 6 beers deep. I don't have time for your fucking chats.
So that
Look
was
at my
the ad.
face. All right. The keys
And
to
we're
Game
back.
3 And we're back. And we're back. The keys to Game 3
Ruining the magic, TJ.
is doing exactly what you did in Game 2. Coming out and just playing solid. Coming out and playing hard-nosed hockey. coming out and just skating for the puck, every opportunity you can get, chip the puck out, move it through the neutral zone. The Rangers dominated the neutral zone in game 2. You got to continue to dominate the neutral zone, gain the offensive zone fast, and set up those plays. Panarin, like I said tonight, came on a lot stronger, looked a lot better, a lot more crisp, moving the puck around. The Rangers are settling in. You can see they're not in a rush to move the puck in deep. They're taking their time. Who was it? Fox that skated around somebody twice just for the hell of it at the blue line with the puck. I mean, with a 5-on-5, like as if we were on a power play. It's just they're taking their time. They're setting up plays. They're getting the puck to Zibanejad, who's just on fire. But you can see they were keying in on Zibanejad tonight and trying to eliminate that one-timer, especially on the power play. And then you just open up Panarin, Breadman for easier shots and open shots. I mean, imagine that. Imagine having Panarin as your number 2 to go to when setting up a play and getting pucks to the net. It's just amazing. And the Rangers need to continue to put the pedal to the metal, step on the gas, step on their throats, and just rush that puck and get shots on Vasilevsky because he looks scared. They showed him, during the national anthem. He was just looking around like, holy shit, why am I here? What did I do to deserve this pain? So the Rangers have to continue to just be amped up because they played amped up tonight. They were ready for the moment. They got to stay in the moment. They have to go down to Tampa. They don't play on their heels. They need to play just head down, rush that puck forward because we're getting better opportunities, better shots. This game should have been 6-2, not 3-2. And I think if the Rangers continue to put that offensive zone pressure on and continue to block shots and just stand solid in front of Igor to where he's seeing every puck coming at him and able to make those easy saves, the Rangers have the perfect recipe for, a run to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Wow, that's a lot. So my keys is I read that forward from Emile Francis about his early 70s teams, and it's
Great
the same
coach.
Selfless hockey. No, there's nobody on this team that's like, I have to be a star today. If Heedle's not putting goals in the net, then obviously we're sitting there looking at somebody else, waiting for Zibanejad to do it, or we're waiting on Panarin to do it, or tonight Kakko did it, and Miller did it, and that's what you don't have to be the hero every night. When you rely on one guy, and we did that a lot this season. We relied on Shesterkin to be the hero all season long, and now it's starting. Don't get me wrong, he's still a hero, but games like Game 1, and games like tonight, where they're getting away from allowing shots on the net on him. A lot of the shots came in at the end of the third period where they're playing 6 guys. It's an empty net. Do you want to see them get the puck out and score that empty netter? Yes, absolutely. But like Big Tom said, they're sliding in. They're trying to break up those plays. They're blocking plays. They're sacrificing their bodies. They're pulling CM Punks and fracturing their ankles. As Luis said in the chat, he said that CM Punk got a Goodrow and broke it and fractured his ankle. The only difference is that Goodrow came back in 2 weeks and Punk will be gone for 6 months. It's a beautiful thing to see. It is a cohesive unit. Everybody has a role to play, and everybody's playing their role perfectly. Nobody's sitting there going, I have to be a hero tonight. Everybody's saying, I have to be a Ranger tonight. And that is the biggest key. And it's really enjoyable to watch them play together, to see those different lines really meld. And one night Heedle's putting up big points. Another night you got Lafreniere putting up big points, putting hits on people. Tonight you got Kakko scoring goals. Same thing with Reeves. It's great to have Reeves out there and see Reeves doing what he's supposed to do, protecting everybody else. Big Tom said they both should have got penalties. I would have been okay if they would have gave Reeves the slashing, and then they should have gave, I believe it was Maroon. They should have gave him, or excuse me, it was
Maroon. Yeah.
Oh, it was Maroon.
No.
I was thinking Maroon Stamkos, but it was Maroon. They should have gave him a freaking interference because he's putting his legs over Reeves' stick to stop him from moving his stick. That's interference. And that's when Reeves came up and hit him between the legs. Reeves' stick didn't magically go there. He put Reeves' sticks between his legs on purpose. That's interference. You can't do that. You're trying to prevent him from making a play. So they should have gave him both. And then, of course, they give him both a little cross-check action after the fact. Both should have went to the box. And it was a bullshit call. But Reeves is doing his job, like I said. The team is working together. It's next man up. Next man up is always going to be a theory that works in most sports so that you don't have to worry about one guy. Tonight, they keyed in on Zibanejad on the power play. So that wasn't happening. I started getting frustrated a little bit when they kept going back to the well with Zibanejad on the power play. I was like, clearly that's all they practiced yesterday. They played yesterday. They went to practice yesterday, and their thing was like, oh, when we go on a penalty kill, just stop Zibanejad. He's the only one that's going to score. And the Lightning were effective at that. So you got to find other ways to get around. You can't go back to that one guy. Granted, he's a great player, but you have to have more than one threat. And they're doing that a lot with 5-on-5. But that power play, they're going to have to perfect that. They're going to have to get Panarin back in on that power play. They're going to have to get Kreider back in on that power play, especially Kreider, who scored 52 goals this season, 26 of which were on the power play. So I think that's the biggest key, maintaining that power play at the very high level that it's been all year. And to continue to be on that penalty kill that's not giving up goals. I think those are the two big keys, and of course playing as a one unit. Dave, you're up.
All right, so number one key, Igor being on point. Igor has been, I know ESPN likes to say he got pulled games. What was it? 3 and 4, but slide that. He's been the best goalie in the playoffs by far. Because I know you can say that Vasilevsky, blah, 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 199 saves. Look at the games Vasilevsky has been in compared to Igor. And then also, forecheck and backcheck has been absolutely perfect for the Rangers. They got to keep that going. And that's been a huge key. For example, Fox putting the puck right back in the zone when we need it. As you guys remember, as what they're calling the shift, where Hedl scored that goal. That is a huge key as to why we need to win Game 3. And then the power play tonight, they didn't score, but it was there. It was definitely there. It was just missed opportunities, and then you got to look at our defense. Our defense has been absolutely stellar. They're not letting Tampa get those big passes from the defensive end that they've gotten all year, which has been a huge impact on why we've only given up 4 goals in this entire series in 2 games, which is huge against Tampa. And the next aspect is the kid line. The kid line needs to keep performing, and when the kid line is performing, it's like magic on ice. You guys have seen it. You guys see when that kid line is on ice, how electric is that crowd when the kid line comes on? You just hear it. I haven't seen anything like that, and I forget who commented on before, but it was almost like the Jack Johnson line for Tampa in 2015, and I completely agreed with that. And then
Jack Johnson's the guy who sings Banana Pancakes.
And the last key to that is Ryan Reeves setting the tone extremely early in every single game, because he did it in this game and he will continue to do it. And I know they gave him a penalty there, and I forget who said that it kind of rattled him where he doesn't want to hurt the team. I don't think he was too rattled by it, because I think he knows his role, because he's been pretty non-penalized this year. And
right, but that's the whole thing with that I made that statement with the fact that if you're gonna, because it was such a soft penalty that you're essentially taking him out of the game to make him second guess going in hard, because now the refs are on him for what? For jostling at a face-off circle? That was pathetic.
I don't think he second guessed it though, because he came back and he was doing his best to hit someone.
Oh yeah.
And that's because
all game he didn't really get his chance to really rock someone, but he was there. Everyone knew he was there.
Yep.
So obviously, after saying all that, like I said last podcast, the keys to Game 3 are do exactly what you did Games 1 and Game 2. You guys are playing perfect. Just keep fucking doing it.
Yep.
Big Tom?
All right. I just want to give you one observation. When the Rangers played Game 1 against the Hurricanes and they were up 2-1, Going into the third period, you're like, oh my God, they're going to get scored on. They're going to get scored on. Come back to this game, game 2. Rangers were up 2-1, and you were saying, come on, the Rangers are going to score again and again and again. That was the feeling. That's the difference between the Hurricane series and this series. The Rangers are playing to win now. They're not playing just to be in the playoffs. They're playing to win. Now, the keys to game 3 for me is, 1, stay out of the penalty box. And if you do take penalties, make sure you don't get hurt by them. Play a strong defense. 2, you got to take the puck, get it out, move the puck quickly. You move the puck quickly, you're going to have Tampa Bay reeling because they can't skate back like the Rangers can skate forward. Rangers are very fast with the puck. And 3, keep Tampa Bay to the outside. When you keep them to the outside, Shesterkin sees everything. And they're going to just continue to block shots, and that's the keys for another Ranger victory. Blocking shots, keeping Tampa Bay to the outside, and do not take foolish penalties and play well on the penalty kill. You can play bad on the power play, but you play well on the penalty kill, you ain't going to lose.
Listen, even if we like tonight, we didn't cash in on the power play, but it doesn't matter. You're going to give us a free 10 minutes of you not going on the rush against us. We'll take it. Thank you.
And like I said,
especially those penalties were bad penalties. They were lazy penalties.
Yep, Tampa Bay was back because the Rangers were in their head. They got them.
Yep,
they got them.
Yeah, it was so just my keys of the game was one of them was going to be the penalty kill. You got to kill penalties. Cannot give them any penalties, any power plays. You got to keep them out of it. Look how fast they scored in that one power play they got. It was 10 seconds. I mean, it was, and I agree with that penalty too. I mean, that probably should have been a penalty. At least it should have been both of them going to the box at that point. Another key to the game is just that defense, second period. They didn't score any goals in that period, but the transition from defense to offense was just so fast and quick. They need to keep that up. Keep it up again in game 3. The defense, it really stepped it up in that second period. I mean, it was very impressive. I'd like to see them play out. They're playing crisp. They're playing smart. They're playing physical. They're just it's great to see the Rangers have such a good defense at this point, and then have a Shesterkin looked like he was bored during halfway through the second period. He was just like standing there like, come on guys, let me do something. That's why he started throwing the long passes. I thought he was gonna have an assist again today because there was a couple times
that was close
on one, and he hit somebody else too.
He had 2 quality opportunities to get himself an assist tonight.
Very close, and it's good to have that.
Shesterkin passing that puck, that's like a third defenseman.
Yep, it is exactly, and
that's a great key. Great key.
Yep.
And dude, listen, the defense being so good defensively and offensively is priceless. You can't put a price on that.
No, you can't. And my last key to victory, I just had the thought, but this is what it was. 5 of the Rangers' goals so far this series against Vasilevsky has been on his paddle side. Yep. So if they stick to that side,
high blocker.
You can't get it. What is it? The blocker?
High blocker side.
Blocker.
The blocker, I call it paddle, whatever. Paddle board, whatever it is.
Waffle.
Blocker,
you can call it the waffle.
His waffle. His blocker side high up, he can't get to that. So Rangers can keep hammering that. They obviously watch tape, watch film, as everybody else knows. He can't get there, and that's what they're scoring. 5 of their how many goals?
5 out of 9.
5 out of 9. 5 out of 9. Have been that side. So keep it going. Keep hammering away there. Keep taking away his confidence. Everyone said coming in he's going to be the he's one of the best goalies in the world. Well, we have the best goalie in the world. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what that comment just reminded me of? Rook, great comment by the way. It reminded me of in Miracle when they benched their goalie. Nice.
That's Shesterkin right there.
That's awesome
nice.
shirt.
It reminded me of that. He goes, "You just got the best goalie in the world benched," and I think the announcer says something along the lines of, "Wow, what's his face is the best goalie in the world right now? Like right now, the best goalie in the world."
Tretiak.
Yeah, they benched Tretiak, but they said that Jim Craig was the best goalie in the world right then in that moment in that game.
That was Al Michaels who said that.
And that's all that matters, right? You only got to be the best goalie or you're the best player for the game. You got to win. So Vasilevsky can be the best goalie in the world every game, not these 4 games.
Yep.
Not these 4
Exactly.
games.
And shout out Weber. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go Rangers, baby. Let's go.
Let's go Rangers. Thank
Let's
you.
go, baby.
Quick thanks to RJ Calabro for tuning in with us. Luis Rivera, welcome back. Belly Up Sports. What's going on, fellas? You know, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
And Vapor, thanks for joining with us.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for joining us. And also, the triplets line really is. It's funny. Triplets what? It was Tyler Johnson, Palat, who's still there, and Kucherov. And they terrorized the Rangers in that 2015 series against the Lightning. Terrorized. And the kid line right now is looking like they could be that type of line, which is incredible to finally get that maturing moment of these picks that we've had for the last 5 years. And we draft these guys waiting to finally mature, make their statement. And you have Kakko scoring a goal today. You have, you have Miller. You have I don't know who else got. I think it might have been Lafka at a point tonight, but
Loft got a point tonight. Yep.
He got a point tonight. It wasn't Heedle. Heedle didn't get a point tonight, but it's just seeing them. But Heedle's been so on fire these playoffs. It's like,
dude, that
it's
that
just
line
so
has
awesome to finally see it like come to fruition.
that
All
line has
these
the
high
makings
draft
of a gag line, a goal a game line, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah,
and by the way,
100%.
guys, I made a tweet at Game 1 of the Pittsburgh series that Laff is going to have 12 points. He's got 9 now.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tonight, Heedle had a point. Heedle had a point. Kakko had a point. Laffy didn't have a point tonight.
Oh, it was Heedle. Heedle did get it.
Okay,
It wasn't
he's
Heedle.
got 8. He's got 8.
He got the assist on Kakko's goal.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I think it was him and Fox got an assist on that.
Yeah, Fox with the beautiful pass.
Fox had an awesome pass to Kakko. But us, you guys have any other points left to make?
Go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
Go Rangers. Let's go. We'll be happy with a split on the road. Come back Game 5. Come back to the jungle with a 3-1 lead. Be amazing.
I'll be happy with 2 wins on the road. Just saying.
Well, of course, it's less stressful that way, but I'll take a split. I'll settle for a split.
I don't settle
What are you
for
saying,
shit.
Dad?
Why not?
What were you
Yeah,
saying,
Big Tom?
Pops?
I said, move over, Rover. Shurkin's taking over.
Yes, sir.
Love it. I love it.
So thank you
That
for
is
joining us for another Rangers win recap, because those are the best kind of recaps. Thank you to Third Period Bourbon. Dave, always a pleasure.
Thank you guys.
Third Period
for having
Bourbon's
me.
going
It's
down
always a pleasure.
smooth as always.
Yes, sir.
Papa Dukes,
guys
thank you
for
very
having me.
much.
It's
Big
always a
Tom,
pleasure.
thanks for joining
In
us.
honor of Ralph Time.
TJ, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
I try.
Hey, guys. Cheers.
Sunday.
Big
Cheers,
Tom
boys.
trying to talk, but I can't make out what he's saying.
Yeah, you're going in and out, Dad.
I can't hear you.
Here we
That's
go.
what
Big
That's what she said.
Wow.
He's talking about your mom.
I don't know if I can laugh at that.
So awkward. Big Tom's losing it.
I gotta go to bed. Jesus.
Now you're going to have to go to bed and think about that, son.
No. I'm gonna drink enough of these. Make those go away. Bad thoughts.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good
Hey,
night, Big
cheers,
Tom.
guys.
Thanks for joining us. Dave,
Cheers,
Dave,
Dave.
before we leave, I know you always take off when we actually end the show, but stick around. We'll hang out. We always hang out after the show's over.
Oh,
so.
yeah. I don't got to work tomorrow because I got COVID, so I'm good.
Nice. COVID days off.
No, actually, I don't know if I have COVID because the military takes 7 days to test you. So
Maybe in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, so I can't go to work until they test me.
Oh,
Well,
there you
until
go.
the test results are in.
You
My
poor
soldier.
bastard.
It's a good
Had the
timing right now.
sniffles.
'Cause the middle of the Rangers
So-
playoff run. It's a good timing for it then.
Cheers, guys.
My soldier had the sniffles. They were like, "Come here, you." Negative.
And
You're
it-
good.
and it-
Go back to work.
And anyone else?
So fun fact, I had a bunch of my friends down here from back home, and my buddy's girlfriend tested positive when she left.
For COVID, right?
And then I got sick for about, and I was pretty sick today, but it didn't stop me, but whatever.
I had an amazing.
I still feel like
burrito.
shit, but I'm pretty sure it's that, but if it's not, whatever.
I heard the third period bourbons cure COVID. That's how powerful they are. Nick has an arm-length burrito that he's eating, which is impressive. It is insanely big. I can't believe the picture they sent me. But anyone out there, so Vapor, thanks for tuning in again. 9 days off, it definitely hurt Tampa. I think the same thing. They just seem like they're off. They're not like their timing's off. There's Nick's awesome burrito, gigantic. Their timing's off. Like their passes aren't as crisp. They're not on the same page. That practice, they definitely needed it.
I think it's not even that though. I just don't think they weren't prepared for the momentum the Rangers were bringing into the game.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
either.
Nick,
don't think
I
they
gotta
were.
say that 9 days off didn't hurt Tampa. I think Tampa wasn't ready for the New York Rangers energy.
That's it.
I agree. Yeah,
They
definitely.
weren't ready for the fans.
Yeah, they weren't ready for the jungle.
Nick, I got 3 words for you. Why not us?
Yeah, why not us?
Why not us?
That's the new slogan for the New York Rangers. Why
Let's go Rangers,
not
boys.
us? And at one point this postseason, the Rangers could have given up. They gave up 14 goals in 2 games. They could have packed it in. So let's go home early. They fought back 3-1. They won that series. The same thing happened to the Hurricanes. They were down 2-0. They could have packed it in. Said we had a good season so far. They fought again. And right now they're coming into the series, pushing a 2-0 lead, pushing the defending champion, 2-time defending champions. I know it's a COVID Cup. Don't scream out COVID Cup. It means I know you're going to say, Dave.
COVID Cup.
You always said COVID Cup.
It's a COVID Cup, but it's still 2-time defending champion, and right now we got them down 2-0. So I'll take it. Let's go, fucking Rangers. Anything else, boys?
That's it.
I
Thank
gotta
you for
say,
joining us.
guys, just soak this in right now. It is June
yeah.
3rd, and the New York Rangers are up 2-0 against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Eastern Conference Final. Just soak that in real quick.
Soak it in. Just soak it in. It's
Come-
incredible
no.
the fact that we're still here doing these.
Where were
podcasts.
we? Where were we June 3rd last year?
Not
Talking
here.
baseball. Talking baseball.
Yeah, we were playing a lot of baseball. A lot of
Exactly.
baseball. This is more
Like,
exciting.
on
when
golf
Tom
course
Wilson,
with the Rangers.
I'll say it again, quote unquote, ruin the Rangers. No.
I love being ruined. Ruin me more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
exactly.
it's a good rebuild. I like this rebuild year. Definitely a great rebuild year. This reminds me of the 2017 Yankees when they were a rebuild year too, and they made it to ALCS. So hopefully this ends better than the 2017 Yankees, though. But that's it for us here at the Scoreboard Addicts Podcast. We're going to be here all the time, and join us for third period bourbons. So every third period, we second intermission, we pull out bourbons.
Yes, sir.
And search Dave's podcast as well. Third period bourbon is the name of his podcast, and that's what we keep doing every third period. And I think the percentages are going up on these bourbons because these are we got 4 straight wins recently.
I'm running
So
out.
I think
I'm
I
running
think
out.
we're at like 75% on these third period bourbons as a good luck charm. So 75% of the time it
I
works.
think my
every
dad's a
time.
wizard.
It's definitely a win streak. 4 straight third period bourbon wins.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Take care.
Rush your
Dave,
hair.
thanks again, as always, joining us. But let's go Rangers.
TJ, thanks for joining us.
And
Oh, you
TJ,
got it,
thank you
guys.
for joining us once again.
Thank you for having me.
And Tampa, welcome to the motherfucking jungle.
Yes, sir.